Assalamu alaikum everyone. Welcome to today's GMT update. And yeah, so we did have a little bit of a news from Step N, which is the GMT itself. Yesterday we talked about this, descending triangle right over here, and it seems like you are starting to break out of this, descending triangle. But one thing I'm going to actually let you know is that if this is a real breakout somehow, you're going to see this one going back up from where you formed the triangle, which is going to be $2.7. Okay, that's the technical target out of this, triangle. But the question really is, you must wait for the retest. Is this a fake out? You have 15 more hours, 15 more hours to close the candlestick. In this 15 hours, if you start to actually make a fake out and then close below the triangle, because remember, you did make a wick up here, came to the downside, you made a wick up here, came to the downside. This could be another wick as well, and then you start to come and close to the downside. So you must wait for the next 15 hours and see if you're actually closing. The next candlestick is actually going to be way more confirming, and from here you might start to go back to $2.7. Okay, and we talked about this one yesterday in detail, that there could be fake outs, there could be real breakouts. But to me, man, there's a chance to make a wick to the upside and a fake out to the upside to go back down, and then the apex still remain until 21 of April, and by 21 of April you start to go to the downside and you meet this technical target. So be careful. I don't think Bitcoin is looking so good right now, so I cannot trust any altcoins at this point of time when Bitcoin is showing danger signs at the point. Okay, so you gotta be careful when I tell you this. Don't get too excited just yet. Okay, so let me dive into the 4-hour time frame though, because I think there's a trend line forming up. So here we are, and this trend line is this one. Okay, so you might see this trend line, and let's say you start to lose the trend line, you close below the trend line, backtest and fail, then you might get back trapped into this triangle. Okay, so do draw this trend line, let it come down a little bit down to the trend line, touch the trend line, which is this trend line over here and this trend line over here. But you see, previously what did you do? I'm going to show you right now. Even previously right over here, do you see you broke to the upside, the next candle went to the downside. In here you're doing the same, break to the upside, maybe this candle can take you back to the downside in the next 3 hours and 15 minutes. Okay, you do have 3 hours to close this 4-hour candlestick. Can you actually come down again? It's something that I want to see answered. Okay, so that's it for GMT update. You still have to wait for a confirmation on the daily, in my opinion, because you can already see you had so many fake outs. You took this fake out, this fake out, this fake out. As a matter of fact, if I actually try to draw this trend line on the 4-hour time frame, you can see we are in the range like this one. Okay, it's like you never really even broke out of it. So here we are, and I'm just gonna use the 4-hour time frame as reference. You can see that. Okay, so it actually shows you a lot of problem right over here for GMT, guys. So you can already see that if you consider the trend line on the 4-hour time frame, you had one touch here, second, third, and this is your fourth right over there. And you might see from here you go to the downside, move sideways, and then boom, you break to the downside, go to the 1.66. So I'm not really satisfied with this move to the upside. Okay, not really satisfied, because we did have it before as well. You had it here, you had it here, you had it here as well, but you still went down, you still went down, you still went down. In here you went to the upside, you're finding resistance, and from here potentially go down, go up again, go down, and then break to the downside, and then boom. Okay, so you still have 5 more days left to actually decide the fate of the coin itself. So that's it for GMT. If you want to learn more about descending triangles, do check out my trading course. 18 hours of contents, guys. If you want to pay $29 for a limited time discount, you can join the Discord. Message me on the Discord, and you can pay with crypto for $29. And that's it for today's update. I'm gonna see you in the next one. Allah Hafiz.